Hello guys, in this video we are going to discuss the solution of the problem find pair given difference. So let us look at the problem statement. The problem statement says that given an array ARR of size n and an integer x, return 1 if there exists a pair of element in the array whose absolute difference is x, otherwise return -1. So for instance, in this case, the size of the array is 6 and this is the array which is given to us, and what we are looking for is 78. And in this, as we can see, there exists a pair which is 2 and 80 whose absolute difference is 78, and thereby we are returning 1 for this case. And in the second example, the size of the array is 5 and the array which is given to us is this, and we are looking for 45. Since there isn't exist a pair whose absolute difference is 45, thereby we are returning -1. So that's about the problem statement, folks. Now let us discuss the solution of this problem. So in order to optimize the search of pair within an array, what we are going to do is we are going to sort the array. So given any array, the first step which we are going to do is sort the array. And once we have sorted the array, we will look for pairs in the sorted array. So the sorting is pretty much self-explanatory. The thing where we are going to focus is on the second step, which is how we will be able to look for pair in a sorted array. And here, please note, we want to find a pair such that a minus b, the absolute difference of a minus b is equals to x, and x is given to us. So for this case, let us take an example. So let us say our sorted array is this array. Value which we are looking for is 8. So let us see how in a sorted array we can find a pair which holds this condition, which is a minus b equals to x. So for that case, what we are going to do is we will use a starting pointer, which is a start over here. So we are going to set the start over here, and we are going to set back or end over here. Now what we are going to do is we are going to compute the difference between the start and end. So the element pointed by start and end, we are going to compute the difference. So let us say the difference in this particular case is 0. Now if the difference is equals to x, then we return 1 because we have found a pair. Now if the difference is not equals to x, then there arises two cases. The first case is where the difference is greater than x, and the second case is the difference is less than x. So let us see what should we do in this particular case. So let us work with this example in order to develop our logic. So what we are going to do is we will have a start pointer, and initially we are going to set it to 0, and we will have an end pointer, and initially this is also going to be set to 0. Now what we are going to do is we are going to compute the difference between element pointed by s and element pointed by end. And let us store this difference in a variable diff. So with diff, these are the three cases which are possible over here. The first case is diff will be equals to x, in which case we can simply return 1 because we have found a pair. Otherwise, there exist two cases where the diff is greater than x or the diff is less than x. So let us iterate on this example in order to develop a logic for what should happen when the diff is greater than x and when the diff is less than x. So initially, and let me have diff over here. So when s equals to 0 and n equals to 0, the difference between the element will be 0. Now this difference, let us see in which case this holds. So this falls under the third case where 0 is less than 8. Now if 0 is less than 8, our objective is to make difference equals to x. So in which case our objective is to maximize the difference. In order to maximize the difference, we have to choose an element which is greater than the current element. And the greater element is towards the right of the array, right? Because of which, please note, the array is already sorted over here. Because of which, what we are going to do is we are going to update our end, and we will increase our end by 1. So now end is equals to 1. Now again we will compute this difference. So as you can see, end is here and the start is at the 0th position. Since the element are same, so again the difference will be equals to 0, in which case we will update our end. So now the end points to 1 again. So again the difference is 0, so we are going to increase our end pointer by 1. So now the end point is over here, or the end pointer points to this position. So now the end pointer is at third position. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. And the difference now is 1. Again, the difference is less than x, because of which we are going to update our end pointer. So let us update our end pointer. Now the end pointer is at fourth position and the difference now is 6, which is still less than 8, because of which we will update our end pointer. So now the difference is 9. So as soon as we saw that the difference is 9, which is greater than x, so now our objective is to reduce the difference. In order to reduce the difference, we need to increase s such that the difference between the two number decreases. So for the case where the difference is greater than x, what we need to do is we need to update our s by 1, or we need to increase s by 1. So now let us update s by 1. So let us move our s. So now s comes to first position. So s is over here and the difference between the element is 9. Again, it falls into the second case, because of which we are updating our s. So s will move to the second position and the difference is still 9. And then we will move our s to one position again. Now s is at here, which is at third position, and the difference is equals to 8, which is equals to x, and because of which we are going to return 1. So we are going to iterate while s is less than n. If after iterating through all elements we are not able to find a pair, in such case we are going to return -1. So that's the whole explanation, folks. Now let us see how we have implemented this in Python. So the implementation is pretty much straightforward. The first thing which we are doing is we are sorting the array. Once we have sorted the array, we have a start and an end pointer, which is denoted by I and j, and we are iterating on the array till I is less than n. If the absolute difference between I and j is equals to x, then return 1. Otherwise, if the absolute difference is greater than x, then we are updating our end pointer. So j gets increased by 1. Otherwise, we are updating our start pointer. So I gets increased by 1. If this condition never matches, then in such cases, we are returning -1. So that's the code, folks. Now let us submit our solution. So our solution got accepted. That is all from this video, folks. In case if you have any question or comment regarding this video, please feel free to use the comment section and I'll try to address them. Thank you.